going on, guys? Jim Surratt, Hammer Strength Conditioning, coming at you today. Hopefully you can hear me. My microphone is busted, so I'm just doing this raw dog, so hopefully you can hear me. So today I want to review and compare and contrast two different F8 bench shirts. Okay, so I have here a triple ply F8 Ace. Okay, again, this is triple ply, custom built, built to my measurements. Okay, and I have here a 2-ply F8 Crown Jack. Okay, so this is a stock 54. So let's talk about the differences between the two, the similarities between the two, and how they each feel and function. Okay, so obviously triple ply is much heavier because there's 3 layers of material, and again, poly provides its support and rebound through layering, which we've talked about before. Okay, it's a very tight shirt, so the sleeves are very difficult to get on because there's 3 layers of material. Very challenging to get on, but also not too bad to actually wear. Okay, so once you get it on, it's not too bad. It stretches out over time, so I've got to the point where I can almost get it on by myself, not quite entirely. I ordered the triple ply custom fit when I was starting to get back into multiply, and because of my left arm, my herniated disc issues, my nerve issues, I wanted as much support as I could get. I believe I have touched and pressed 495 in this shirt. Kind of one of those like off days or those like random days where you're just like feeling it and shit's moving well. I think I've touched 455 in this at the lightest, but wasn't able to press it. So anyway, it's a very difficult shirt to touch in because there's 3 layers of material. The collar is very, very thick. The groove is pretty forgiving for the most part. It just binds up super hard, right? It's a pretty pliable material. I mean, it's pretty soft, pretty dynamic. There's a lot of give to it. Again, like the F8 shirts usually are, like the metal shirts are, the sleeves are sewn to the outside of the chest plate as compared to being fed through and then sewn in. So they're reinforced on the outside. Collar scoops pretty deep, as you can see. So the collar scoops pretty low. I like more of a horizontal collar than a vertical collar because it gets you more support across the chest line. Honestly, not a huge fan of this shirt anymore. Okay, and the reason for that is because I picked up a stock 54 Crown Jack from F8. Okay, so like I've talked about before, F8 partners with metal, uses their cuts, their patterns, probably similar materials, if not the same materials, to build their shirts. Okay, so I really like the Crown Jack. Again, this is 2-ply, so it's much, much lighter, and it's much easier to get into. I probably could have gotten away with a 52 as compared to a 54, especially on the left arm because of the size, because of the atrophy of my tricep. But I really like this shirt. I think I've touched I think I took 455 almost to lockout the other day. Well, I took 495 to about a 1 board, maybe a 1.5 board, and then pressed it with reverse bands. But I'm a big fan of this shirt. I don't think F8 is probably the top of the line when it comes to shirts. I think they do great, well, poly shirts. I think they make great band shirts. I love their briefs, their HD briefs, but I don't think their shirts are quite as good as they could be, especially as compared to like Overkill. I'm not a huge Overkill fan as it is, but I do think Overkill makes really good stuff, and you gotta give credit where credit is due. Okay? So the only thing I don't like about the shirt is that the sleeves are very long, so when I put it on, I roll it up about 1 inch. So I just roll the cuff, or roll the sleeve, just so it's above the elbow, because that's how it has to be in competition. This shirt goes on absolutely with no issue. I can get it on myself, I can get it off myself, which is fantastic, and it's pretty comfortable to wear. Pretty stiff material. It's a very different material, so it's more like, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but this is pretty matte. I mean, it's very flat, and this is a little bit more glossy. So it's obviously a different type of material. It looks like, if I'm looking at it, like the knit is a little bit tighter, or the knit or weave is a little bit tighter on the Crown as compared to the Ace. So I'm just looking at the sides of the stitching or sides of the threads here. I mean, they're similar, but this looks like it's a little bit tighter. So it has more resistance, more tension, more surface tension across as you come down. Also, what I like is the collar is more horizontal, so it's easier to jack down, right? And like we've talked about before, the The more horizontal your collar, the more jacked down it is, the more support you get across the chest. Okay, so again with the Ace, so unless I pull it out right flat, right, if I just let it hang naturally, it's got a very scooped collar. So it's a little more difficult to jack down because the collar, the valley of the collar rides lower. Sorry, sirens. As compared to this, so if I just hold this in its natural state, the valley of the collar here in the middle is much higher, right? It's pretty easy to jack down and it stays in place pretty well. Again, very comfortable, which is huge. I mean, like multiply is uncomfortable as it is, but if you are stuffed into something that makes you feel like you're claustrophobic even when you're not, or makes you feel like a stuffed sausage, it's really uncomfortable. Like I said, I took 495 to about a 1.5 board with reverse bands. In the shirt, okay, so the one difference I've noticed in performance between the Crown Jack and the Ace is that the Crown has way more pop off the chest. So this thing blasts it off your chest. So if my triceps were stronger and if this tricep worked the way it should, I'd be able to lock out much, much faster because this provides a lot of stretch, a lot of support, and a lot of rebound off the chest as compared to the F8 Ace, okay? So short and sweet today, but if you're looking for a shirt that is very light, again, this probably weighs, I don't know, ounces really. And this is triple ply, probably over a pound or more, a couple pounds. But this is definitely a pound or less, very, very light material. So if you're looking for something that's light and comfortable and pretty affordable all in all, I would recommend the Crown Jack. Great shirt so far. I just need to get stronger personally and physically. I feel like my ability to utilize the shirt is pretty good. To find the groove, it's got a pretty forgiving groove. You can ride the collar pretty high and you can touch pretty easily in it. Doesn't fight you too much, but just like any shirt, the more you jack it down, the more it's going to fight you. Okay? So if you have questions about either shirt or additional questions about how they compare and contrast or which one might be right for you, please feel free to hit me up on Instagram at HammerSNC. You can shoot me a DM there as well. You can email me at hammersnc@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment on this video on YouTube. As always, don't waste the pain.